Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to American Falls by Lancyboi. Still waiting on that update. I checked out his Facebook page the other day, and he mentions that he is, I think, still working on the update for American Falls. I was kind of under the impression it was going to be a little bit sooner. Evidently not. Hopefully he'll get that update done soon. Get it off to Giants, I believe, is the plan, and then I don't know. I guess the only thing it's really going to do is, I'm sure there's some issues that may be fixed, but also set us up for adding the premium expansion pack if we wanted to. I don't think that impacts the game as far as, I don't think you need to worry about setting a new save game or anything. But, yeah, welcome back to American Falls. Happy Sunday if you're indeed watching it on Sunday. Want to welcome, I don't think I had a chance to welcome Billy Dillinger. Thanks for subscribing, Billy. Certainly appreciate that. We are at 670. Thank you to those who got me out of the Antichrist subscription number. I appreciate that. I can sleep easier at night now knowing that my channel is not under Satan's power. Gen X Stoner, thank you. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the RQS Gaming Network. You are our third family member. Our family is growing. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate it. We'll talk a little bit more about what Mr. Stoner has, if you don't mind me referring to you as that, in all due respect. Ooh, look at that. Giants throwing down the sunrise colors. Nice, Giants. Mr. Stoner has thrown out a bit of a challenge to me, which I am taking under serious consideration and fear, by the way. Definitely fear and trepidation. When somebody offers you a deal, well, we'll get into it some more. But sometimes you got to think there's going to be a little something behind this deal. I might jump on this thing. We'll see. Anyways, I have my adult water beverage. I have my adult smoky treat. We are chilling. I guess you could say we're going to buy a tractor. And boy, have things turned in the tractor market for us. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I've been giving this some thought, and I have been focusing on this here JCB. Nice JCB, right? 289,000, 348 horsepower. Add some GPS to it. Lease it out. You're golden. We're off to the races. Right? It goes, what, 43 miles an hour? That's beautiful. But then it struck me, we're running crop destruction. And you cannot get skinnies. You can't get crop row tires with this tractor. So it is going to be permanent crop destruction time with this tractor. Which, you know what, honestly, I almost just said fine, whatever. Then I got to looking at some other tractors, and then I got to looking at the used market. And this little fella came up. Now just stick with me here for a second. I know. John Deere, Case. I was talking about maybe doing some more red this episode or this series and stuff, which we will get to. But this thing is actually, I think, going to be a really, really good fit for us. We can get 305 horsepower on it, which is pretty good. 31 miles an hour, not the fastest, but not the slowest. We can throw GPS on this puppy. I definitely want my Valtra rims. Of course, we're going to get the personalized license plate. The rest of these nice, beautiful luxury items we're going to wait on. Of course, we do want Michelin's. And we want Narrows. So that adds, what does that add? A couple $100? A couple $1,000. $1,000, something like that. We'll throw Narrows on there, okay? We can always customize it back to the Narrows or back to the wides. In fact, we'll buy it with Narrows and probably throw the standards back on there because we don't get hit with crop destruction on these contracts, which, hey, you know what? I'm all for that. So, this is my choice, I think. But look at how much money that's going to run us. That's a steal, actually. That's like, well, almost half off. $146,000 for this tractor. We do not have $146,000. We're going to have to take a loan out. You can't lease used vehicles. Unfortunately, we can't lease to own on a used. So that means we're already going to be getting into the loan game, which, you know what? We might as well just dive in deep. Our max loan amount is $104,263. $104,263. I don't really get why you would. Here's the thing. We could do 10 years. Okay, monthly payments $1,050. We can do 5 years. Payments almost double. Of course, you end up paying less overall. But why wouldn't you just take high years, have a lower monthly payment, and just pay it off early? Is there something I'm missing? Are you penalized for paying these? Is this thing set up so you get penalized for paying off a loan early? I know some banks do that. You know, they're shysters and they don't, you know, because Lord knows you don't want to encourage people to not be in debt, right? Anyways, I kind of figured we can just take a 5-year out on this thing, right? $2,000. If we can't make $2,000 a month, we're in trouble. However, that being said, the winter is going to be long here on American Falls because they are 2-day seasons, which means, I don't know, several days of probably no work. So I kind of need to be careful. We can't take more than one loan out at a time. So what we do with this money is what we do with this money. Now, we'll have some in the bank to cover the lease payments. But I don't see why not take a 10-year lease. You know? Yeah, you pay more, but hopefully we'll definitely pay this loan off before then. So we're going to take a 10-year loan. I'm sorry, I keep saying lease, I mean loan. Somebody, I know 10 Man or TBG, somebody out there is yelling at me right now saying, Brad, you idiot, this is what you need to do with this. But hey, since this isn't exactly an instant one-on-one communication situation, you're just going to watch yours truly make mistakes, okay? So we're going to take a 10-year loan at 3.6 interest. Our monthly payments are going to be $1,050. I'm hoping, actually, now that I think this out loud, I'm hoping that truly is monthly and not daily, so to speak, right? Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. Okay, let's take the loan. Jeez, I feel like I think I was more nervous about that than signing for my first house. What the heck? So we have $191,132. Let's just quit now while we're ahead and move on to the next Let's Play, because that's probably going to be the most money I'm going to ever have in my bank account in this series. Oh, goodness. All right, let's go in and let's buy this used puppy. Let's set it up. It's nice, too, because it also has a front loader if I get desperate and need a front loader, which I rarely do. 305 horsepower. We are going to throw GPS on there. I got the green light from Gen X Stoner to do GPS on owned vehicles, like purchased vehicles. Just not on contracts, like I said originally. I cannot use it on contracts. We are going to pay for the Michelin narrow tires, but I think we're going to immediately swap them back to the standards. Not that it really matters in this game that much, except for crop destruction. I think that's our tractor. I think that's going to be our first tractor, 146,000 and some odd change. Yeah, let's commit. And there she is. Can you believe the first tractor on American Falls is a Valtra? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? I actually quite like this tractor. I like the blue one we had on Hinterland, and I quite like this this blacked out type of version, and I like these funky little Valtra green tires. I'm kind of into it. We do want to do a repair right quick. That's $1,500 bucks. So let's get the tractor. No way are we even touching paint. You know what? Actually, that right there, paint, if I wanted to really make this series painful on myself, that would have been something to require. You got to paint your tractors. You have to paint them yearly. I don't know, something like that. We're not adding it now because I hate how Giants does paint in this game. It is absolutely ridiculous. Let's go in though and customize it. You all know how I feel about paint and Farming Simulator. We'll switch them back to the old standards. It's not going to cost us anything since those were original. So we'll switch our tractor back to the old standards. It looks nicer with standards, you know. It just does. Now, my other thought was this. We've got $43,618. We do a lot of... Oh, no way. No. No. We do a lot of cultivating contracts. It's just the nature of the beast. And I was thinking, why don't we just buy this $10,000 8-meter shallow cultivator? If I couldn't really think of a reason not to. For that kind of money and having an 8-meter. And quite frankly, this Vulture will pull it really easy. Excuse me, I had to grab my adult water beverage. The Vulture will pull this thing super easy. It's not expensive. Heavy harrow. Middle harrow. Light harrow. Light harrow with tires. I think it performs the same regardless. Wait a minute. That's an extra $23.99 though. How about the paint jobs on this puppy? Yeah, that's going to cost us more money too, isn't it? Oh, that's sharp looking. Primer gray. Should we just go with the stock heavy harrow? I mean, I don't know. I guess we can. It's the cheapest way to go. We can customize it later as well. Oh, you know what? We should get, and I'm always so bad at figuring out what the best one is. We should probably consider getting a front weight for our little Vultra. I think we should. I think we should consider getting a little Vultra front weight. I don't think there's any fancy schmancy Vultra front weights that I have here. Maybe I need to concrete weight. See, I never know how much weight to throw on this. Is there some magical formula? Farmer Joe or somebody, do you guys know what the my way of doing it? If the front end doesn't lift up, then you got the right weight. That's generally how I figure it. I don't think that's the right way to do it though. Does it show in game? It does not. Do any of these show? I guess they really don't, huh? They don't really show what combination. They don't really show weight combinations though, do they? How much does the Vultra weigh? 9.3 tons. That doesn't help me. It should help me, I think, but it doesn't. I feel like just an average like 750 1-ton weight should do the trick, right? Like just a regular 1-ton weight. Is that too much? I just don't know. That's why these adjustable weights would be sweet. You know what? Maybe we'll wait, and I'm going to see if I can find... Oh, this is adjustable. It's adjustable from 960 kilos all the way up to 1.6 tons. Decals. Maybe this is what we need right here then. We start with the little guy. And if it's not enough, we can throw some more. That's kind of legit. That's a fairly standard weight, I think, even in my area. I think that's what we would see. That kind of matches. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. No, that's not good. No, we need that and that. I think that'll work. 55 kilograms per disc, I guess these would be. Jumps up to 1.2. Let's buy the 1.2. All right. I'm excited. We have our Valtra. We have our new first tractor. We can actually do cultivating jobs now without having to borrow equipment. I like that. Let's see how the front end looks. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be dragging it down too substantially. We're gonna go run this baby in right now. We're gonna break the old Valtra without the front weight. She's a little light in the front, I think, without the front weight. So that's good. I'm glad we did that. Can we get out of the stinking parking lot? Yes, we can. Hey, this is not a bad looking first time setup here on American Falls, I don't think. Oh, those things are swaying in the breeze too. I like that. All right. Let's get our beaky beaks going. Let's get across the train tracks. Oh, yeah. Now for speed, we can always use our truck to hook trailers up to and run them back and forth. I kind of thought about that too, that, you know, we're gonna tackle this field too. It's a big one. We're gonna take on that. Oh, and by the way, I went ahead and added foraging contracts as well. Foraging contracts are odd in this game. Well, it's not really in this game. It's just the way foraging contract, the way the mod authors set it up. When I first started looking at that mod for foraging contracts, I thought, well, that's going to be what it is. It's foraging. And that's what they are, but they're oftentimes foraging perfectly good crops. And they're oftentimes foraging crops that I really didn't even know you could forage. So it is what it is. It would be nice to have the old 37 miles an hour or 43 miles an hour that you get from a fast track. But you know what? For the kind of money that we have invested in this rig right here, I just don't think we could have done a whole lot better. You know? Some of you may not agree. Some of you might be thinking, well, yeah, you could have. You could have gone John Deere or Case IH. And I get that. I do. But guess what I have? I have GPS. Yeah, buddy. I've got GPS. Oh, GPS is so nice to have back. So nice to have back. Speaking of, so I got into a little what do they call it? Tit-a-tat. A little what do they call that when what do they call it when like mobsters meet? A sit down. There's something else they call it though, isn't it? There's a fancier name than a sit down. Anyways, I had a little convo with Gen X Stoner. I would say the godfather of this series, if you don't mind me putting it that way. And he threw out a little bit, I don't know, maybe a challenge, but an offer, which I am strongly considering. Would like to get your input on this, other folks. Gen X Stoner has offered to me, I can pick any mod I want. It doesn't even have to be in the Giants in-game mod hub. This is field 1. This is the wrong field, Brad. I'm glad I didn't get busy on that. This is the right field, but now how do I get over to this field? Let's see here. Yes, so Gen X Stoner has offered to me, Brad, you go ahead and you get the mods you're missing. You know, you go ahead, buddy. Grab that mod that you're longing for, that you can't, that you have called, that you have said, what the, appears to be an obstacle in our path. Well, thank you. That's $1,000 we could use. He's done said that I can get any mod I want, in-game or outside of the in-game mod hub. However, one caveat. He gets to pick a mod of his choosing that I have to use. And it's not gonna, and it's unbeknownst to me. I'm not gonna know ahead of time. This is a big field, by the way. I think this is either this is a big field. Yeah, this is a big field. It's a big job. I'm not even seeing, yeah. We might not see 1% for a while. There it is. So I will not know. I like these kind of cultivators. They just seem reasonably realistic for my area. This is something I could see in my neck of the woods being dragged around a field. Anyways, shallow cultivation. All right. What do you all think? I guess what it's going to come down to is what mod am I hankering for that I would really like to have in this Let's Play that I am basically not allowed to use. Now, I think the one mod that comes to mind is the working speed mod. The mod that allows you, whoa, Brad, come on now. The one mod that allows you, let's get some interior shots of this little, oh man, smell that new tractor smell. Isn't that nice? I mean, it's used, but they have the, you know how you can buy those new car smell scent discs that you can like throw under your seat so you can put it in like a 1976 Cadillac DeVille that smells like shame and cigarettes. Ask me how I know. Anyways, actually I've never owned a Caddy, but I know about the smell, though, I can tell you that much. That might be a mod that I might have to take a chance on. Now, here's the thing, though, with the working speed mod, is I kind of don't want it at the same time. I do want it, but I don't want it. But I have to kind of almost, I feel an obligation of sorts to default to the godfather of this Let's Play series. Now, some of you may not know, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to this Let's Play, and you're wondering why is he calling this Mr. Stoner a godfather of this series, Gen X Stoner took the time and effort, and I must say, in my opinion, a lot of time and effort. Who knows? Maybe he copy and pasted it from something. I don't know. You know, I'm just kidding, man. But Gen X Stoner took the time and effort out of my Discord channel to write up this, for better of another word, I guess, this I don't even know what the manuscript. I don't know what it is. It's like a detailed idea of a Let's Play series that I have followed pretty closely. Pretty darn closely. And there's a couple things. I think he's not probably that happy. You're probably not that happy with the GPS. I get that, but I had to go half and half with the GPS. But that's why he's got to be the godfather of the series. So I have to ask myself, if I want whatever mod it is I decide, do I want it bad enough to have to possibly put up with a mod that I might hate? Because I just have this feeling, something in me, maybe it's just from, you know how they say you should listen to the little man inside you? You should always listen to the little man, right? Because the little man knows. The little man knows when he's out there, when he's like kind of tugging at your heart, yanking at your stomach, kind of saying, hey, dude, seriously though, you need to leave now, okay? There's a pile of blow on that table over there. This is probably not the bar you should be in. That's what my little man says, right? My little man sees that big pile of blow, or maybe he sees, like, I don't know, a gun deal going down or something. I don't know. But my little man says, get out of Dodge. Well, my little man right now is telling me, Brad, be careful. You might get that working speed mod, but you also might be setting yourself up for... And I'm trying to think of what mods are lying in wait that I don't want anything to do with. So I'm gonna maybe have to, I think I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time thinking about what mods he might have up his sleeve. Because I don't think the idea behind this is Brad gets to pick a mod he really wants, and I'm going to give him another mod that he's gonna really like. I don't think that's the concept here. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of what mods out there. Excuse me. As long as there's not a mod that requires painting of your equipment, that would be the worst mod ever. That would be the worst mod ever. I could think of some bad mods, but that would be the worst mod. The paint required mod. that's what I would call it. You want to be forced to have to pay overpriced, or to pay out of your butthole for paint for your new tractor after 2 hours worth of use? Do you think that that 50% of your tractor's value should go towards paint? Then this mod's for you. Yeah, that would be the worst one ever. Oh man. I don't think it exists though, so I think I'm safe. Reasonably safe. This little Valtra's handling this, I think, reasonably well. I mean, it doesn't require a ton of horsepower. But look what Daddy's got here. Let me just get this out of the way right now. Turn it on. Enabled. Boom. Oh, this feels so good. This just feels right. Show lines. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da. Oh, man. Oh, yay. Yay for me. Yay for me. I have my GPS back. Oh, and look. Our tires match our center line. Well, close. It was almost like it was meant to be. Actually, kind of feeling a little guilty now. I'm actually kind of feeling just a touch guilty right now about using our GPS. I feel like I'm cheating the system or something. I don't know. What's our little Vulture doing? Not too shabby. It's a nice looking tractor. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's, you know, to each their own, but I quite like the looks of this little guy. 305 horsepower. That's not bad. I like the front end. I like the fancy smancy lights right there. Ooh, running out the end here. So I'm going to take a day to reflect on this offer. And just get a little bit of a feel for what's out there and if there's something I need to avoid like the plague. Of course, he could give me another mod that is good, that I'll like. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The manual attach mod. I don't know how I'd feel about that one. I don't know why that one just came to mind. That one I'm kind of iffy on because I like it, but I don't, you know? I like the idea behind the manual attach mod for like a while, and then I stopped liking it and I don't want to use it anymore. You know what, I mean, the one thing I can say about these Vulture is the cab looks nice and all, and it looks like you've got a decent cup holder. Is there only one cup holder? That one right there? I think that's the only cup holder. What am I looking up here for? Yeah, Brad, there's going to be a cup holder up there. Yeah, I think it's only I think it only has one cup holder. It looks kind of narrow. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell, but it does look a little on the narrow side. But it does have a companion little buddy seat there that doesn't look too shabby. It's not like the buddy seat's hard plastic or something. The question is this: I need to decide if I go this route, what mod do I want bad enough to risk it? That's the bottom line. Do I want, because the working speed mod is the one that comes immediately to mind. Everything else that we have right now is legal. It's in the Giants mod hub. I'm not using anything, you know, exceptionally funky or anything like that. Wait, is... Oh, man, yeah, GPS is in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to give that some thought. So hopefully December ends up being a little bit of a nicer month for us. I'm going to go ahead and kill these lines. Just a better look. So hopefully December's a little bit better month for us. I'm not going to do what I did in November and try and fit in that last contract, you know, when it's getting midnight dark out. We've got 33,000, about 33,500 bucks. So we've got some breathing room. We've got some breathing room for seeds, lime, fertilizer if we need to rent, if we need to buy some. We're leasing a... Are we leasing our spreader? Yes, we're leasing our spreader. If we purchase it, that's 21, almost 22,000 to purchase. So I don't really want to do that at the moment. We own our truck outright, but I can tell you that if we sell our truck and the flatbed, it's only about 20 grand. So we're not going to get rich off the truck. And I don't think the truck was a good idea to sell. I think that truck will be, I think we'd regret that. Especially since it seems to be quite friendly with hooking up trailers and attachments and whatnot. So I think we'd be dumb to sell our truck. Maybe during desperate times we will, if we had to, but if it gets to the point where we're going to be eating horse meat or something, yeah, we'll see how long this winter actually is. We just need enough money in the bank to cover our loan payment, our lease payment, and our property maintenance fees to get through the winter. And I know those things add up a touch, but that's the main thing. Now, I have not, now that I think about it, I don't think I've actually gotten into the negative on this game. I guess I just need to test that out. How does Farming Simulator handle going into the negative? Does it let you just keep going into the negative, basically? Or at some point does it just say, dude, come on, give it up, man, you suck? Not too bad. Not too bad. We're just going to keep this line going all the way through here. We'll cut the field off up here. This is a pretty decent sized field. That's the only, the only downside, I guess, is we're stuck with an 8-meter cultivator. If you borrow equipment, that's when you get the big boys. You get the big the T9, or actually, yeah, I guess you get the big tractors with 500 plus horsepower. You get the bigger cultivators, the 12, 13, 14, etc. But hey, it's the freedom of owning your own equipment, right? Now we don't have any overhead except for, I guess, basically gas and repairs. Beautiful area out here in American Falls. Not a place I wouldn't mind living, I gotta tell you. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you get the idea. Seems like a quiet community. It reminds me it's a little hilly. I mean, those mountains in the background there aren't quite fitting for our area, but it kind of reminds me of some areas of Michigan, northern, I think, Michigan more so. Reminds me a bit of Minnesota. I spent many, many years in Minnesota. Still kind of call Minnesota my, I guess, quote-unquote home state. Even though I was not born there, I spent most of my formative years in Minnesota. And I'm very fond of the state, very fond of the Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area. Reminds me, and it does remind me a lot of West Michigan. It reminds me a lot of where I live now. But yeah, there's a lot of outdoorsy activities, and you know, hunters and a lot of stuff like that, skiing and all that fun stuff. Of course, downhill skiing right now is well, the ski resorts are in our area, and I don't know about up north, but man, they're not even able to make snow as it stands right now. Today was a little chilly. Today was mid-30s, but Friday, was it Friday? We were up to 55, I think it was, or something like that. In my area, it was downright warm. Like when I got home from work, I had the windows open, you know, get the t-shirt. Of course, you got the old boxers on because, you know, you want to just be out there ready to go. But yeah, it was downright warm. Look how beautiful that is. Water looks beautiful. Got some snow in the mountains there. That is a nice, pretty picture right there. This game does do a nice job. All right, everyone. I am going to call that an episode. I think we did okay. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I know that not everybody may agree with my selection, but I'm curious to hear what you think. I think it's hard to argue that we got a heck of a deal on this tractor. I mean, this is brand new, configured. It's getting close to $300,000. So I think we did pretty good. And I'm glad we have the option to throw some narrows on here if we need to, so we don't trample a bunch of our crop when we get to that point. I think if we can get this thing paid off quickly, the sooner the better, obviously. Get some money in the bank. I honestly wouldn't mind getting another maybe older or cheaper tractor or something like that, even cheaper. Something that we could even, you know, throw a hired helper on. Hired helper fees are not cheap, but it would make us quite a bit more productive if we could get maybe, you know, two contracts going at once and stuff like that. That wouldn't be such a bad deal to offset the cost. So we'll see how we do. But thanks everyone for joining me. I certainly appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Forgot to mention that it is Super Bowl Sunday. If you're watching this Sunday, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy the game. I really don't care who wins. It's already been decided already anyways. The NFL is super rigged. Can I say that without being sued? I don't know. It's my opinion, right? I have no evidence. Well, yeah, we have evidence. There's videos. There's some videos out there on YouTube. There's one in particular I saw, and it was from a guy that made it. He's a bookie, I guess, a sports bookie, basically. I don't know what exactly he does, but he does something with sports betting. And he put together this video. Basically, I don't think he was necessarily declaring the NFL to be rigged, but he put together this video of this season's calls, questionable calls, and different things. And it's one thing when you see one here and there, they're spread out. You know, you've got X amount of games every weekend or whatever, or every week. You've got X amount of games being played. So it's kind of easy sometimes to lose them in the shuffle because they're spread out. But when you see all these calls, these game-impacting calls, lined up one after the other, it gets interesting. Let's put it that way. It gets pretty darn interesting. And you really have to start, it really makes you wonder. Now, really at the end of the day, I find it really hard to believe that it's rigged. I really do. I just don't. I don't know. To me, but you know what? Here's why I think it's not, is because it would be the stupidest thing in sports history, in my opinion, if you did that. It would be so ridiculously dumb. That being said, though, a lot of bad things that were really dumb to do, people do. And when you get into the... And I think what made me really think twice was the amount of money that is being made and shuffled around when it comes to NFL wagers. That's the one thing that made me really kind of go, huh. We're talking billions. With a B, billions of dollars. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, yay. Billions of dollars, people. And you know what the saying is? Follow the money. And after I watched this video, I wasn't convinced the NFL is rigged, but it definitely made me wonder, wow, there's just so much cash at stake. Not just in the betting world, but for the NFL themselves, and for, it's just amazing how much money. I don't know where the NFL sits and stands as far as revenue goes. They have, you know, for the major sports, yeah, I'm gonna pick a lane. For the major sports, you know, one of the highest amounts per game because of the amount of games they play. Nowhere near the number of hockey games, nowhere near the number of baseball games or basketball games. Nobody cares about basketball, so it can't be that great. No offense, but come on. Oh, man. I honestly, I think I might know one person that actually gives a rip about NBA basketball. I know several people that like college ball. But as far as pro basketball goes, oh, man, I don't think I think I know one dude who might be somewhat interested in it. Anyways, maybe that's just the crowd I hang out with. I don't know. But college ball for sure, basketball. But anyways, I'm rambling. I've already said my piece, already said my goodbyes, and I'm still yapping. So, but look how beautiful it is out here. We're cultivating in December with a snowfall. We're supposed to get an accumulation of snow out here on American Falls, so things might get interesting trying to cultivate with several inches of snow on the ground. I don't know how the mud mod handles this. I'm assuming the mud mod doesn't care about snow, but I've not yet tested how the mud mod handles snow, so I guess we'll find out. But you all take care of yourselves. Have an awesome Sunday. Like I said, enjoy the Super Bowl. Hope you get a chance to watch it. I'm going to be checking it out, watching it. Just hopefully it's a good game. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's just a good game. I love these side wipers. I think that's so funny. Great. You all take care of yourselves. Let me know what you think about the deal with Gen X, if you think I should go for it or not. Let me know what you think about our new setup, the cultivator, and our new used Valtra. Let me know if you can smell that new tractor smell or not. I'll add another scent disc in here of the new tractor smell scent. I bet new tractors smell amazing. I bet they do. All right, folks, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.